If your dog follows you everywhere, even into places you'd rather go alone, it might feel like simple attachment at first. But that behavior is often doing something much deeper than just wanting to stay physically close to you. You've seen this happen in everyday situations without thinking much about it. You stand up, and your dog immediately gets up and moves with you almost automatically. You walk from one room to another, and they follow right behind you without hesitation. It happens so consistently that it starts to feel normal and expected. Most people interpret this as loyalty or affection because it looks that way on the surface. And while that can be part of it, it doesn't fully explain what is actually happening. Dogs don't stay close to humans without a reason, especially in such a consistent pattern. When they follow you like this, they are responding to something specific about your behavior. At the simplest level, your dog is tracking your movement as it happens. But that tracking is not random, it is purposeful and connected to what they expect next. Dogs use movement to understand intention and anticipate outcomes. Where you go often signals what might happen next in their environment. So when your dog follows you, they are not just staying near you physically. They are staying connected to what you are about to do or what might happen next. This is why the behavior feels so automatic and consistent. It is tied to prediction, not just emotional attachment. Your dog has learned over time that your movement matters in their world, and following you helps them stay aligned with that pattern. This is also why some dogs react faster than others in these moments. The more they rely on you as a reference, the quicker they move to follow. But this behavior is not exactly the same in every dog or situation. The intensity and meaning can vary depending on the relationship and environment. For some dogs, following is about staying connected and close. For others, it is about maintaining awareness of what is happening around them. And in some cases, it reflects something deeper than both of those. A need to monitor and understand your behavior more closely, which means following is not just about closeness alone. It is about how your dog perceives your role in their environment overall. At first, this behavior feels comforting and even reassuring to most owners. Your dog is always near you, and it feels like a strong connection. And in many ways, it is exactly that, which is why it's easy to stop questioning it. But the reason behind it is more layered than it appears. Dogs rely heavily on patterns to make sense of their environment. They learn that certain actions consistently lead to certain outcomes. Your movement becomes one of the strongest patterns in their daily experience. It signals change, activity, or something about to happen. So when your dog follows you, they are responding directly to that signal. They are trying to stay in sync with what you do next. If your behavior feels predictable and stable, your dog follows smoothly without tension. If it feels uncertain, they follow more closely and more frequently. This is where the behavior begins to shift slightly over time. Following becomes less about comfort and more about awareness. Your dog is not just staying near you for emotional reasons. They are making sure they don't miss something important. This is why some dogs follow more intensely in certain situations than others. The level of attention changes depending on what they sense. To most people, this still looks like attachment or dependency. But underneath that, it is actually about interpretation. Your dog is constantly interpreting your behavior in real time. And following is one way they stay connected to that process. Over time, this becomes automatic and consistent. Your dog follows without needing to consciously think about it anymore. But there is another layer that becomes important the longer this pattern continues. Following can reflect how much your dog relies on you as a reference point. A dog that sees you as a clear reference will follow with confidence and calm behavior. A dog that feels uncertainty may follow more closely and more often. This is where the behavior starts to mean different things depending on context. The same action can reflect different internal states. A relaxed dog following calmly is very different from a dog that feels the need to stay close constantly. The behavior looks the same, but the meaning is not. Both behaviors appear similar on the surface, which is why they are often misunderstood, but internally, they come from different experiences. Dogs do not separate behavior from context the way humans tend to do. Everything they do is shaped by what they are experiencing in that moment, which means following is not just one fixed behavior with a single meaning. It changes depending on how your dog perceives you at that time. Sometimes it reflects connection and comfort. Sometimes it reflects awareness and monitoring. And sometimes it reflects uncertainty. This is why the behavior can increase or decrease over time without obvious reasons. It adapts based on patterns your dog experiences with you. If your dog continues to rely on you as a clear guide, the behavior remains balanced and calm. If that clarity changes, the behavior shifts as well. Because following is not just about being physically close to you, it is about staying connected to what your dog believes you represent. And once you start noticing when and how it happens, the behavior becomes much easier to understand.